3, 2, 1.
Hello.
I don't say hello yet.
Hello and welcome to Bleed.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hey.
This is the show about advertising with myself, Ryan White, Jacques Moodley,
What's up?
and Tony Becker.
Hi guys.
Okay, so this is the show about advertising and more. I'm Ryan White. I'm a freelance graphic designer. I studied visual communication, specialized in graphic design. And Jacques Moodley, art director. What
Also
else?
specializing in visual communication at AAA School of Advertising and sometimes graphic design and also rapping and beat making.
Also art direction.
Also art direction, mostly art direction.
Also, what else? Beat making, rapping, the whole drill.
Parenting.
Parenting,
Yeah.
got you.
It's hard in here.
Podcast maker, just put it
Whoa.
down.
I
Yeah.
feel like you guys have achieved a lot,
Thank you.
Yeah.
and I feel like I've done nothing.
No, don't
No,
say
you've
that.
done stuff.
We're going to get into all the stuff you've achieved now.
So we also have Tony Becker on the show today,
And her friend.
and Ruffles.
Ruffles is a legend.
Okay. And Tony Becker, aka Tony Quinn,
Yes.
content writer, strategist, PR
Ugh.
person.
PR, bro.
You ran a PR company for a while.
Worst experience of my life.
What else? You're also a TikTok influencer.
Hey.
Don't, let's not,
Okay.
that's a lie.
Someone's gone viral.
Someone's gone viral on TikTok. We'll get into that. What else?
Please show the video, it's so bad.
Yeah. No, we will.
It's one of
We
these.
will.
No.
Okay.
There's limits.
Okay.
There's limits.
Okay, but
now.
specializing in content writing.
Content
right now,
writing,
right
yes.
now, which is advertising as far as I'm concerned.
It's digital marketing. A lot of people would kind of separate the two.
Okay, I'm gonna clump it in just for the sake of the show.
Yes. No, it is. I mean, I started in advertising, so.
Okay, so we'll get into that, and yeah, so here we are.
Nice socks you have.
Hey,
on.
thank you so much.
Do you want to show the
Frankie's.
camera?
Yeah.
Hey.
Frankie's.
Yeah.
Like the lemonade.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know they make socks.
No, they don't. So
Oh.
then, carrying on with the show. So this is the format of the show. We're gonna ask you how you got into being a creative person. What was your first kind of calling or whatever? Was it drawing, writing, poetry making, dancing, acting?
Beatboxing.
All of the above. I forgot to mention. Also an actress.
Yes.
Also,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
study drama.
Oh
Study
yeah,
drama.
dude.
Oh shit.
That's how I started.
So okay.
Okay, we'll get to
actually,
that.
That's
Okay,
like
sorry.
spoiler alert. So
Yes.
let's start from when you were a youngling.
When I was a youngling. Okay, so I was always a creative child. So I mean, I started drama at a very young age. That was, in my family, my brother did the sports, all my cousins did sports, and I got into drama and speech and drama back then. And that's what I was passionate about. That's what I loved. And I was also into art. So I used to draw. I used to make my own little cartoons. I still have them. Little comic book characters. And her name was Savannah. She was a badass, dude. She
What
was
did
a
she do?
badass. She was just hot. That's all
Okay.
she did. She had no backstory. But so I used to do that kind of stuff. I never ever excelled at math. As a child, I struggled with math. Went to a Jewish school and I tried to learn Hebrew and I couldn't get my head around that. But I was always really good at English and at art and at drama and
Drama.
history. Yeah. And that's where my passions were.
So when you say drama, like actual acting, not creating drama.
Both.
Okay.
Both.
I'm just checking.
Absolutely both.
Okay. I mean, you wouldn't say that just by looking at you that
No.
you're like a drama creator.
No, not at all. I'm actually just a very calm, collected
Yeah.
person.
Never judge a book.
Yeah.
No
The thing I
judging.
like about you, and we've spoken about this before, is you've gotten all of your creating drama out of your system. Now you're like,
It's such
you're
a...
like,
No, I have. That's
Yeah.
gone. That's gone. I
which is
used
interesting.
to cause a lot of chaos.
Well, okay, we'll get into that.
Yes.
We're talking about, okay. So then, you were like in what, school plays, that kind of stuff?
I actually never did school plays. I was really, really shy as a child. At primary school specifically. I never did school plays, but I did speech and drama after school. And we would have kind of competitions and, you get gold and silver and all of that kind of stuff. And that was after school hours, and that's when I would become myself for real. And I really excelled in that. But at school, I was quiet, I was under the radar, I was scared of everything and everyone. I did well in art in school.
Mm.
I wasn't shy to kind of draw and get creative in that class, but I didn't do drama at school, in primary school.
Was art a good way to get your feelings out? Or?
Yes, art and drawing. I mean,
Art
art and writing.
Okay.
Art and writing in school. But acting I kept to myself for a very long time.
So the writing also like came about at the same time as the drawing. So you were like journaling, that kind of stuff, poetry, what kind of?
Been journaling since I was 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I still have all the journals, and that for me helped me get over a lot of shit as a child and deal with my shyness.
Okay.
And then I started writing poetry, really, really terrible poetry as a kid. You know, the whole world's against you, but you're really just this privileged little girl.
Emo grunge vibes.
Dude, I was emo before that term existed, okay?
You're the
Before it
hipster of
existed.
emo.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly, and I will stand by that. I will stand, I even had the haircut before that existed, bro.
Yeah.
So only got into drama much later.
I think we can identify with that because I was also into like doodling, and my exercise books at school would be like homework, then all of a sudden doodle.
Exactly.
And then it's like homework, doodle again, same story.
What did you used to doodle, you guys?
I did a lot of Spider-Man, a lot of X-Men, a lot of Wolverine. So I was putting my phone on silent. A lot of superheroes and logos. Actually, I used to make logos for people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was the same. Wolverine was one of my favorites, and then Mortal Kombat characters. And I remember during science, so science was one of my worst subjects just in terms of boredom.
Yeah.
And I think especially it was our teacher, Mr. Allen. He was
Allen.
like a monotone guy, Mr. Allen.
How dare he?
Monotone, thick frame glasses, and just, that side path, bushy beard, monotone, and would just like fall asleep. Okay, so then, so that's like high school.
Yeah.
High school and primary school. So then when did you decide like, okay, cool, I'm going to channel this into something that I'm going to study?
So in high school, towards the end of high school, so I did art as my subject, and then I decided in matric that I was going to do drama, because by then I'd kind of grown into myself. I wasn't as nervous and anxious at school as I was, and I got into drama then. And that's when, at that moment, as soon as I started drama and as soon as we did our final exam, I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I was ready to do it. So that's when I got into Wits drama.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I started the next year, and that was 4 years.
How was it?
Dude, I don't remember. It was great. It was great. It was I had a lot of fun. I met amazing people, and going from, so I was at a private Jewish school, and going from that, I always knew, like, I never really fit in there ever. I was uncomfortable all the time and scared, and just wasn't me. And as soon as I was put in that environment, Wits drama, I felt like myself.
Yeah.
In a way, still wearing a few masks, but I felt like myself, and I didn't get completely out of my shell studying drama until right at the end, I would say. But it was fantastic. I met the most amazing people. Some I'm still friends with today. Shout out Roger, and Roger's a legend. And yeah, it was great. But I also messed that up after varsity. I got my honors and I messed it up.
Just on the college thing, the feeling of like belonging was also like a strong thing when I went to AAA. Because I was like, I think I fit in with like everyone in high school. But I think once I got to AAA, I was like, these are my people.
Dude.
We have the same interests. We both, like, we love the same stuff. Like, everyone likes drawing it. Everyone likes doing doodles and stuff. So it's something about like finding your niche.
So how did you get into writing and drama?
Okay, so at the end of, drama was for 4 years, and we had to take another subject. So we did film, visual, and performance art. I studied television, and then I did screenwriting. So screenwriting came towards the end of my degree, and I worked with, my lecturer was a guy named Craig Higginson, who's quite a well-known South African author. And as soon as he started, teaching us, I was just in love with the craft. And we had to write, it was
when you say the craft?
Both the film and the craft of writing. Yes. So we started talking about writing with him, and I started realizing maybe this is where I would be best, and I wrote my own play, and I got 100%. And then from there, I'll never forget, like, I'm probably just a million students this person's had, but he came up to me and he was like, "This is what you should be doing. This is what you should be doing," and that stuck with me, and I think that's always stuck with me until I actually got into writing. Like, there's something about writing that's just it's me, and to me.
Sorry about that.
How dare you?
It's you.
What?
No, you said it's me. There's something about it.
Me, and then we knock things over. Why is this my life?
It's because you have Ryan in it.
Oh, it's true.
Okay.
You destroy everything.
I'm sorry.
Smooth segue.
Okay, so I want to touch on the theme of like feeling like an outcast or being an outcast as a creative person, because I think that's coming through like with what you were talking about.
Yeah.
So eventually you get to art school and everyone's an outcast.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden you're not an outcast anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did you guys feel that way
Dude, I felt
from primary school, high school, growing up?
I knew I was an outcast in high school, and I kept in primary school specifically. In high school, I figured out how to navigate. You know what I mean? Like, let me put this mask on for this person, but I've still got the creative edge, and I'll use that to my advantage. And then in varsity, I didn't feel like the most creative person there, and that fucked with me as well. I was like, oh shit, there's people that are actually more talented and more creative, and I'll never reach that level, you know?
But now, why do you think that is? Like, why do you think there's more people out there that aren't, how do you put it, like traditionally creatively inclined? So there's more people that are into, I don't know, like you say, sports. Because there's always like people who do sports versus people who are doing like extra art class afterwards. It's like there's 4 people in the art class, and then there's like, you know, I wonder why that is. Is that just the way like society is structured?
Parents.
Okay.
What I don't know. Like growing up, we were of that generation where it was like the boys were expected to be playing football, and the girls were expected to go to ballet class. You know, I mean, my mom even tried to get me to ballet class, and I failed miserably. But I do think maybe in our generation instead, I feel like it might be different now, because they're like now doing random dances on TikTok has become the norm for kids.
That's interesting.
I think the parents now are like very different.
Yeah.
Those parents were raised by parents that were a little more stricter.
Yeah.
So
I was like in primary school and high school, I was kind of like a loner kid, but not like a loner, like lonely.
Yeah.
I just preferred being in my own kind of space and time, and I would just roam from like group of people to group of people. Like you say, you put on different masks and stuff. For me, it was just like, okay, these guys are playing hand tennis, I'll go and chill with them. Then I'm gonna go to the library and like chill with whoever's there. It was just like one of those things, you know. I never really felt like as part of like a bigger group of people.
You were after school.
After school, yeah. then it like came out. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Maybe it's alcohol.
It's probably alcohol.
find your tribe.
Yeah, because then it was like cool, because then you could actually go to concerts and do that kind of stuff.
Go to Melville and meet the other creatives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Were the creators in Marvel?
Yeah, dude.
Were they? Journalists.
Oh yeah, all the raw guys.
Everyone is in bands and stuff.
But oh god, so many bands, so many drama kids.
So many drama kids.
Yeah, it was a vibe. You should have been there.
Well, I went to Melville afterwards, but you bumped into all the UJ and Wits guys, but I was at AAA, so like I was an outsider in the university.
Oh, you went to Four Ways.
No, AAA was in Randburg.
But where'd you guys party?
In Randburg, I
What
guess
was it?
basically.
Yeah. I don't know. Nothing.
Old parks.
Yeah.
basically.
Pubs.
Oh, okay, vibe.
Pubs in the colony and all.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
So now you've studied drama and stuff. That still doesn't really plug straight into advertising or PR, what you first got into. So how did you make that transition of? So you studied drama and
Screenwriting.
and screenwriting
And television.
and television. And you tried your hand at becoming an actress, like going to auditions and stuff. What was that like?
So this is where it kind of leads into how I got into advertising and digital marketing. So after varsity, I got signed to an agency and I went for auditions and I got some really cool work on TV. I did a World Cup advert and things were good. Yeah, dude, make the circle bigger.
You were in Make the Circle Bigger.
There were a few different ones. And I was in one where I played a goth girl who was dancing to jazz
Oh.
in a CD shop.
Let's see if we can find that clip.
Dude, I would look for it. I found it that I was like trying to show my boyfriend,
Yeah?
and I went on YouTube and I tried to find it, and I only found like a tiny snippet of it.
Did you find it yourself?
Yeah, but I don't know where it is now. It was,
If it's on YouTube, it'll be there.
yeah, it was with that one South African football player, the white guy, bald, tall.
Oh, Booth.
Yes, he was in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, Matthew
Booth.
Booth, he was in it. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So I got into that, and I was doing quite well, and then I got into drugs, and that's where everything changed. So I got a part on a series called Jacob's Cross.
I remember Jacob's Cross.
Yeah, I was on Jacob's Cross. What? No, but I wasn't on it. So here's where the fuck up is.
Okay.
So I was in a really bad point in my life, and I was making really terrible decisions. Got cast. Ironically, was playing a drug dealer.
When you said terrible decisions, do you mean auditioning for Jacob's
Yes.
Cross?
I didn't even audition. They phoned me, bitch. No, so
Tell us about your bad decisions.
dude, it was so bad. So I went there and went to wardrobe, and they fitted me and everything, hair and makeup. And I'm really not well. Like I was using on set the whole thing.
Sure.
And they were filming a lot of other scenes, and it went for long. It went for long, and we were there the whole day and didn't even get to our scene. So they called it and said, okay, we'll meet back tomorrow and we'll start that scene. So I was like, cool, and I went and binged. I got drugs, and I went for a binge to my boyfriend's house at the time, and I didn't get up for Jacob's Cross the next day. And they had to find a replacement. I turned my phone off. They even tried to phone my mom, turned it off, and they had to get a replacement to fill in that spot. Ironically, I ended up in rehab with someone who worked on the set who also fucked up that episode.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. He was like, hey!
Hey! Between you and I.
Yeah, so we ruined everything.
Mm.
But, so that's when my career kind of just fell on top of itself.
Mm.
And then that's
Shortly
when
after that, they cancelled Jacob's Cross. So well done. Thanks for that.
that show might even still be going, isn't
Okay.
it?
I remember.
Was that like, okay, I'm going to give up? Was that
I
like a
didn't-
disheartening thing, or?
I didn't care, dude.
Okay.
I didn't care. I mean, I was, can I swear on here?
You don't
No,
fucking
no.
swear on this show.
Oh, okay.
Fuck
I was
that
fucked.
shit.
I was complete. I was not in the right frame of mind, and I didn't have a job. I was kind of just stealing from my mom. I was living at home, and I was just a junkie. I was a junkie. That was what I was. But I met someone during that time who is, he was the greatest man ever. His name's Tiffany Hopkins. He wrote a lot of South African books about eccentrics of South Africa. He wrote a book called Johnny Lightly Comes Home, and he took me under his wing.
Is that Tiffany's dad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Tiffany's dad.
Tiffany Hopkins' dad.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pat.
cool.
So Pat became like my mentor, and I met him because he was helping a friend of mine write a book. And then he found out my story, just some stuff from my past, and that I enjoyed writing, and we decided to work together on my book. And it was called Butterfly in Reverse. I was very emo back then. So, dude, it's from a Counting Crows song, man. Butterfly in Reverse. So we worked on that together for about a good year. And then I got really deep into writing, and I was like, this is what I love, but I want to go the creative route. I want to do books.
At the same time, you're holding down a PR job at this
Not
stage.
there yet.
Oh, you're not there yet?
No, literally, I did nothing.
Were you studying, or?
I just gotten out of varsity.
Yeah.
No, you know what? This is when I got into events and how the PR started.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, so sorry, that's exactly what I was getting. So during this time, it was very complicated. I was a drug addict, tried to act, it failed. Met Pat, started writing, but then I got into events, and then that ended up being PR.
Got you.
So we started an events and promotions agency. It was a friend of mine and myself, and it took the fuck off. It took off properly. So we would do events from Carfax and Melville side through to Taboo and Sandton side. So we'd like do promotions for the event, get promo girls, put it on. This was just when Facebook became a thing. Like put it on Facebook.
Thunder.com.
Dude, that was fun. We would organize the Thunder people.
Oh, sweet.
And
That's all you ever wanted, like on Monday morning to get back to college, and there's Thunder pics of you.
Always the peace sign.
Fucking peace sign. and the-
girls going,
Yeah, the duck face was big back then.
still is, but it's
Oh, yeah?
subtle now.
Oh, subtle duck.
Subtle duck.
God.
Subtle.
Small dog.
Oh, I see it. Very subtle. Try to zoom. There's even a bit of a quiver.
Yeah, neat.
So yeah, we got into events, and that worked out perfectly for me because I was a drug addict and I could be up for 48 hours, 72 hours at a time. My drug of choice kept me awake. It was lit. So I got into that, and then through that I met a lot of people in the industry. So I knew people from TV and film and television shows from the acting, and then from the events I just met everyone, media personalities, the whole vibe. So I formed a few connections. I hate saying that, but that's what what happened.
The connections, but
yeah, dude.
You got connections.
I knew the drug dealers and I knew fucking politicians. I don't know how it happened.
Not very different.
Yeah, it's actually true. they were related.
Yeah.
No, and then because I formed those connections, I first ended up. Oh my god, sorry, I'm even confused by my own story.
It's all blurry. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a genuine blur. Before I even got a solid job, so it was working for the event side, meeting all those people, I ended up in my third rehab. And that's when I got sober. And then when I left there, a friend of mine who I met in rehab got me a job working for an agency where I would write blog content, search engine optimized content. That was back in the day when SEO was about like stuffing your content with keywords and key phrases. And I started doing that freelance, and then they took me on full time, and that's when I started agency life.
Okay.
And then I worked there for 2-3 years, and it was great. I found my feet. I started junior and then became senior. I got like a really nice position there, and then I made one of the worst decisions I could have ever fucking made, where I got asked to someone from another agency found out about me. I went for an interview, found out all the people I know, and they took me on as a PR executive at an agency.
Okay.
And that's when, dude, I don't know how any human being can survive in such a high pressure environment with such horrible people around you, and working 24 to 72 hours sober in that industry was a fucking nightmare. And I only lasted 9 months in that agency before I told them to fuck off. And from there I went to work at a huge PR agency. And after a week, I knew this isn't for me. If I stay in this kind of environment, they were great, the second PR company. If I stay here, I am going to relapse. And then...
So you were sober at the time when you were at that agency,
dude,
that shall not be named.
You can even ask me about that. It was hell.
And during that time, you didn't get sexually harassed once?
Not once. Not once did someone tell me, put your boobs out, that's how you do your job. Not once.
All the time.
Like, dude, like this person expected me to get them on every fucking show ever before, and you know what? This person's already successful now, which pisses me off. Which makes sense though, because he's a piece of shit. But I got him on all these fucking shows, got him to meet some, I don't want to mention his name, some huge radio
some celebrities.
DJ. Yes, and then everything got established. He ended up meeting Richard Branson, got into this whole fucking thing, and at that point I was like, now this oak expects the world. I have to be available every second of every day. I can't go out. I didn't have any friends at this point.
Was this PR agency for him? Like to make him...
So there were lots of other clients, but it was mostly about him. I was basically hired to be his bitch and make him famous.
And it worked.
Okay.
It fucking
So you're good
worked.
at your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I bounced.
So the interesting thing is you got into like something a bit more mainstream in terms of advertising, and that's when you were sober, ironically.
Yes. Yes.
So your first taste of like proper full advertising out of events, and then you're not even experiencing that ad life.
Dude, I watched
The
everyone
parties.
else around me experience it, which I'm very grateful for. Like, everyone else around me was, doing their thing. You know what ad agencies are like, meeting each other in the bathroom, meeting each other in the bathroom for a whole variety of things.
I've never met anyone in the bathroom. Maybe I just wasn't invited. I was still the outsider in the...
Yeah.
In the
Did no one ever pull you in?
Nobody pulled
I
me
have
into the
seen
bathroom.
that happen so many times, and I just watched it. I observed,
Yeah.
And then it actually made it better for me because I could navigate and see there was always drama with other people. Dude, advertising's hectic.
Yeah.
So you lasted 9 months. You got out.
Oh wait, no. So in the first one was 3 years, and then I got out after 9 months in that big agency.
Okay. And then you got into PR.
Then I got into PR, and then I got the other PR job.
Yeah, which was nice.
Such a lovely, an amazing woman, a really successful, inspiring woman. But I just couldn't do it. And she was amazing, you know, she understood completely. So much respect for her. And then I decided I'm done with agency. I'm done with living that kind of life. It's just watching people around you really lose a sense of creativity, and it becomes more about the money, and it becomes more about putting pressure on everyone else to make you better, to make your business better. It's not about the people you work with, it's about you. I feel like that's a big part of small agency, like agency that's just coming up. It's more about like the CEO or the person that started it. That's my experience.
Yeah, I think there's some truth here.
I mean, that's interesting. There's someone who, a story I heard where this guy basically, he got a team together at his agency, and their sole mandate was to win the agency like a Nobel Peace Prize or something.
Excuse me? Maybe it's the guy
I've
that
heard the same stories.
I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's true, but
No, it's probably
hey.
the amount of narcissism is literally beyond me, and it's not even, it's bordering on being a sociopath. Because I was hired as a PR exec. My biggest client was my boss, not the other people I was supposed to work for. You know, not my clients.
Yeah.
The priority was him, and that's not how it should fucking work. But it worked for him.
Yeah.
Well done, bro. You fucking nailing it.
But then you got a sweet job at a corporate place.
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, if you are having a tough time in agency and it's becoming a bit too stressful, I am telling you now, corporate is the fucking shit.
Yeah, it keeps coming up, eh?
Keeps coming up.
Keeps coming up.
It really is. Like, you go there, okay, so you know in agency, this is something I noticed. You get to work, you start at 8, you better get there at 7. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, they judge you if you're on time. I don't know, dude. I got messy. Maybe I was just really traumatized by the last place I was at.
Yeah. Agencies are fine. I find more chill. I've worked in a little bit of corporate, and corporate's quite structured. I don't know. Agency is a little bit more lenient.
But then you have to work late.
Yeah.
And if you don't reach that, like, and in corporate, you clock in at your time and you clock out when you're supposed to, and no one's going, why is she leaving on time?
Yeah.
How dare
that's
she leave
true.
on time?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So the funny thing about corporate, sorry, I'll just jump
Go
in.
ahead.
Like,
Yeah.
I worked in the corporate. We actually set up an agency in a corporate. So I don't want to burn any bridges. But I found that the clients, because you know, in an agency you just think, clients fuck around. Clients aren't like, nobody's checking the emails after 4.
Yeah.
And in corporate, at 4 o'clock, all the clients just fuck off, and the agency guys are still sitting there, trying to like satisfy these guys, trying to make them happy. But you can see them. It's different when you can actually see the person whose deadlines you're trying to meet walk out the fucking door and hit the turnstile and go, bye guys, see you tomorrow. So it's always like, it's something I always knew as working in an agency, but when I got to corporate, I was like, these guys really don't give a fuck.
No, but like, I was part of the, you know, at the corporate, I worked directly for the CEO.
Yeah.
You feel more heard.
Okay.
Maybe it's just the place I worked at, and
This is different.
it was an amazing experience, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about business in its entirety, and I got to realize that my actual true passion is writing, is creating marketing campaigns, is thinking creatively and thinking out of the box. When at agency they're like, do this, do that, and you're like, maybe no, we're the creative ones, you just do your job.
Yeah.
You know?
So now that you switched to like a bit more of a corporate vibe, did you find that freed your time up a bit so you could actually focus on things like writing, things like starting a TikTok?
Fuck off!
No, but I'm just saying, like, it was round about this time when you started, we started the Tony Quinn channel, and we started doing projects that were a bit more fulfilling, projects that make a difference where you can actually use the skills that you've learned.
Exactly.
And you can reach people in Australia that are suffering with similar things that you suffered with.
You know what was different in corporate?
Yeah.
I could make friends. I had no friends working agency. You were only friends with the people you work with. They're the only people you see.
Okay.
This is PR specifically.
I think it's different.
Yeah.
It's quite different too. I don't know. What's your experience?
Yeah.
I think PR is a whole different ball game,
Yeah.
especially PR within an agency.
Mm.
So in PR, you're watching everyone else kind of clock out when they clock out. In PR, you don't sleep. You can't. Like, it's just non-stop. Get this done, get this done, get this done.
Well, if news drops in the Northern Hemisphere
Yeah,
and
dude.
you need to react to it, then it's like, cool, we need a press release, go.
It's the worst. Or it's the one day, hi, can you just get me on, like, Cliff Central tomorrow?
Yeah,
And you have to.
yeah.
You fucking have to.
Make it happen.
That's all about relationships, right? Like
Yeah.
you've had to have inroads with all these like different media channels, or whatever, to get that.
Dude, but it's difficult, eh? You have to fucking... It was a nightmare. Like, some people I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, and I had to make it happen.
Like cold call them. And
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. I'm coming
It's tough.
through.
Yeah.
And you have to go. You just like so in that you. Sometimes I would just go to a studio and be like, "Hi, I'm so and so, and this is what we want to do." And you have to just force that kind of relationship. And if you don't, you are in so much shit.
It's probably a good learning exercise.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Like to like really sell, because I mean, we're in advertising, we sell ideas and concepts and print ads, but you literally have to like sell yourself and then sell this other person,
Yeah.
which is a different product. It's a whole different.
And we've got the luxury of reverts and crafting
Yeah.
and whatever. With this, it's like,
Get one
go.
shot.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, and I made like a lot of. There was one mistake I made. Quite a big fucking mistake, and I had to figure out how to fix it as quickly as possible, and I did. Like it's. I learned so much. I learned about managing myself, creating a brand for other people, for myself, and but it's the stress.
Do you want to talk about the mistake you made and how you fixed it? Because it might benefit someone.
Oh my
or-
god, dude, it was so bad. I don't want to talk about it because it's big names involved. But I'll try to give
Okay.
like really big names. But basically, I said that a company had been bought by someone, but they were bought by someone who works for someone.
Okay.
And the news reported it a bit skewed.
On purpose, probably,
Yeah.
to make a story.
Exactly.
So was it your fuck up or was it the news skew?
No, it was me.
Okay.
Well, the subject line of my email, because it was to grab attention,
Yeah.
and also my boss at the time told me to do that, and then when it went wrong, it was my fault.
Of course.
Yeah, which I actually should have thought that through. I should have known better than to do that, honestly. But
Clickbait.
yeah, dude, it was clickbait before that fucking even existed, and
You
that
invented
was
clickbait.
I invented it. And emo.
Isn't it right?
I actually invented
Exclusive.
life in general,
Fair.
but every bad thing I invented. So yeah, so that was a big mistake, and I had to learn how to deal with that, and I struggled to deal with that because I don't like making mistakes. But you have to admit to it. I was like, whoa, I really, really fucked up. Like, everything you do, if you're in PR, you need to think through. I'm talking every word, every fucking full stop in your email, because anything can be misinterpreted.
So that's-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky we are kind of
Yeah.
safeguarded by reverts.
The reverts and all the
Lives
checks,
and-
QA, all of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Ours is just straight, like, you run it through a few people, but they might not have the insight to look at it from a different perspective, you know? And then you send it through, and it's just, that was a nightmare. That was really bad.
Then you got to make sure it's not offensive in another person's culture because you've used this word, and it's like
It's really, you have to tread so carefully.
we have that to a certain degree, but I think there's a lot more leeway with
Yeah.
advertising. Because you just pull the ad, you say you get the PR team, and they
Yeah, you guys
I
deal
hate
with
you
that.
all. I hate you
they
all.
craft an apology. We're sorry, we're gonna have to pull this ad because it's offensive to these
Yeah.
people.
You guys fuck it up for us. It's you.
You have to clean up messes.
Dude, fuck, but that was bad, that mess. I had to actually phone a journalist and beg her.
Yeah,
I was like, listen, this is my fuck up, it's not on him.
yeah,
Like, it's genuine. And she felt so sorry for me. She was like, okay, I'll change it. And she
Yeah.
didn't want to in the beginning.
yeah,
She was like, no, because she
Excellent.
didn't like the
Yeah.
guy.
yeah.
She hated the guy.
But she liked you.
Yeah, and then
Sure,
she,
that's like it.
I cried, bro. I full on went all out. I was like,
That's so
I'm gonna get fired.
hectic.
And then she removed it. I was like, fucking yes.
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 Well done, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wanna-
See, man I used to work for, they can say well done.
Should we
Okay,
check
look,
if it's-
he's doing really well now.
Okay.
So how did you get out of? Well, not get out of. So now you worked a corporate job, and now what are you doing now?
So COVID hit.
COVID hit.
And unfortunately, I don't want to say I lost my job. It
Mhm.
wasn't like that. It was I started freelancing for them.
Mhm.
Salary cut in half. You know,
Shit.
they really did look after me though. That's the one thing I'm so grateful for. It was quite an emotional thing.
Mm.
It was a very emotional thing, but it was a good thing because I'd become complacent. And I was doing the same thing every day, and there was no creativity and not a lot of writing. So then I left there, and I was left to my own devices. And when I got home, the first thing I did was look at job opportunities. Saw one about full-on creative writing, working for a digital agency overseas, and working directly with the CEO. And it's basically like being a consultant, but it's, you know, working for someone. And submitted, went through a whole process during lockdown, and I got the job.
Nice, man.
And it's all remote.
That's so cool.
Where are the guys based?
Dubai.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, absolutely amazing company.
DXB? Is it DXB?
It kind of worked out.
No.
It's the airport job.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the one thing I love about corporate, is you have a lot more time. And during that time, I could do, so I mean, I was complacent within the job, you know, I was doing kind of the same thing every day, but I could have a creative outlet because my time wasn't consumed. And that's when, I mean, we were sitting having coffee at our usual spot, called The Usual, literally. The Usual, Norwood, Grant Avenue vibe.
Sponsors.
Please. We've actually filmed there before.
Oh.
Anyway, so then we decided, we were sitting there, we were like, we want to do something creative. We don't feel like we're fulfilling, you know, kind of getting that creative
We're just having
energy out.
cappuccinos every week,
Yeah, like we're not really doing anything productive. Like we're just sitting here talking.
bitching about advertising.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I've got this idea. I wanted to do a channel about addiction and just something I'm passionate about helping people with, mental health awareness. And Rhino and our friend Julie were like, bro, we're totally in.
Yeah.
We down. And the next week we filmed it. Rhino and Jules did the freaking designs. Everything was done.
It looks sweet.
That's cool, hey?
Yeah.
I got the opportunity in corporate to be like meet really good people outside of work, which would be Rhino, Julie, and everyone. Create a life, get into doing stuff for yourself. So like that day we decided, let's make a YouTube channel. And we made a damn YouTube channel, you know.
Which is doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's doing really well, and we've only done like what, a video a month. Sometimes it's like a video every few months.
Yeah.
As of late, but it's been fantastic, and it is doing well. And you get to do something that is helping other people, and something that's fun, and you get to meet other people, and a lot of good has come from it. That's taken me out of my comfort zone. That's taken us out of our comfort zone, and that's what I like, the free time to get creative.
I think the thing about creativity in general, but your story in particular, is it like resonates with so many people, right? And there's a lot of people that like appreciate what you've done, and I don't think you wouldn't have that opportunity to like meet these people had you not put yourself out there.
Exactly.
So.
And the best thing, and I always think about this, was, you know, that second PR job that I would have worked at if I didn't quit after the first week and been like, I can't do this. None of this would have happened. Wouldn't have met you guys again and connected with you guys. I wouldn't have gotten the corporate job. I wouldn't be working for an overseas company now, and I wouldn't be doing what I'm passionate about. So sometimes you have to take those risks.
Risk it to get the
Yeah.
biscuits.
Yeah.
And the modeling came as well around about the same time.
It's not modeling, it's insta-hoeing.
Insta-hoeing.
Yes.
Correction.
So let's be honest. Here. Okay, so what happened was, also, I could get tattoos outside of PR, so I could start, doing stuff that I love.
Do you have any tattoos?
I have a few. I have a few tattoos. Hey. No, so I got into that, and then from that, someone asked if they could shoot me. They could do a photo shoot with me. So anyway, so I got into that, I started that, and it took me back to the kind of acting days.
Yeah.
And I did do some modeling as a child, like not a child in high school and stuff. And that kind of just became a hobby, like something fun, something creative to do, and it led to a lot of concept shoots, a lot of creating and meeting awesome people. And you know, it helped also. You put your PR experience to the test, you put your social media experience to the test, you put your content writing to the test, and you put it all in one place and you learn.
Yeah. Do you get any guys sliding into your DM saying, hey, I want to like do a photo shoot with you, hey, you know, that kind of stuff?
Well, you get real photographers who speak to you, then you get those that aren't so real. Oh, you're the best. Yesterday I got a sugar daddy request.
Oh my god.
Sugar daddy. I should have taken it up, dude. I would have been making, what, 10,000 rand a month extra just for like one nude.
Jeez. I mean, that sounds better than the OnlyFans rates, but I don't know.
It is a little bit better, but it's all bullshit.
Fair.
And also nudes to an old man in like...
Listen, for 10,000 rand, I'll send nudes to an old man.
I'll give you his details. I'll give you his details.
I live on his cup of tea.
I think
or his
we're
cup of chai.
put you in drag, bro.
Yeah.
Put you in drag, send some photos.
Somebody said I had good cheekbones once.
No, you guys would make good women.
Yeah,
He's
thanks.
gonna do that. Put you in drag. It's like my dream.
You've already done that with the gender swap app.
No, but that doesn't count.
Okay.
That doesn't count. I wanted to put the like proper drag makeup.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Sick. You're in.
Yeah, Jacques was like, yeah, I'll do it. Jacques was like,
Come on, Mom.
We'll see. We'll discuss it after the
Okay.
so let's
Next
talk about
episode,
TikTok.
Truth Hurts.
TikTok, I can't wait. I can't wait. So now you got the YouTube channel going, you got the Instagram profile, now you've got TikTok profile, and it's gone virality.
Well, viral, small viral.
Okay.
Like 100,000 views on the one.
That's pretty good.
And
Has
then
PR helped you make it more viral?
I just think being an asshole online has made it more viral.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
That's our problem.
Well, the nice thing is you're doing like recovery
Yeah.
memes and jokes and stuff because now you've been also 8 years sober. Is it 8?
8, yeah.
So there we go. So now, yeah. So now you've using your powers to good
I'm
for
making,
good use.
like, okay, definitely the PR stuff has come in to play because you kind of know how to caption everything, and but TikTok's, I mean, anyone can just make a video that all of a sudden goes viral, you know. But I think what's making the TikTok stuff work, and I did it as a joke, you guys. Like, me and you were even sitting like last year, and I was like, I'll never join TikTok. I don't understand it. I don't know how it works. I didn't even do it in lockdown, and then my friend Sarah was like, just do one, and my cousin was like, just do one. And I did it, and then this happened. But it's also because I'm making relatable content.
But it's also the algorithms which you were talking about.
Definitely, you know, like there's all different versions of TikTok.
Which
So-
I didn't know until you told me.
I only found it out while I was doing this. Like I didn't even know. Like there's recovery TikTok, there's gay TikTok, there's like all different versions. So it finds what you are interested in, and it makes that on your For You page, and you start to see content that you engage with and you're interested in. And so I did one about recovery, really like stupid, funny, relatable video. If you do meth, check it out. If you've done meth, check it out. But it's a really fun video, and then that's just like if you go hashtag recovery TikTok, it comes up as the second video shown.
Wow.
And dude, I was like, what the? Because I woke up and I had like no followers because it was a joke, and like I didn't do anything. And then I woke up and it's like 2,000 and 17,000 likes, and TikTok's mad, dude. You can do anything, and one day it's just like that blows up.
So, okay. Definitely getting our TikTok on, eh?
So where can we find you? Let's do a few, and also tell us like what is the channel about? I know what it's about.
Okay, so I'll start with Truth Hurts.
The Truth Hurts with Tony Quinn.
Hi everyone. So there's The Truth Hurts with Tony Quinn. It is on YouTube. It's Tony Quinn, ToniQuinne, spelled nothing like Harley Quinn. And it's about recovery, it's about mental health awareness. We get to speak to some amazing people who have survived a lot and come out better, you know, from addiction to gender-based violence to depression. It's all on the channel. It's eating disorders is something I'm very passionate about recovery from, and I speak about it no holds barred, like just the truth, unfiltered, and it's doing really well. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the people I've met. And then there's Instagram if you want to see Insta-ho stuff.
Who doesn't want to see some Insta?
Bro, it's bad, especially when you hit 35. It's like downhill, but it's fun
And
it's
TikTok
funny.
for dank memes.
TikTok.
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 That's funny.
For some dank
Tweak talk.
tweet talk.
for some really, really stupid, funny, tongue-in-cheek, relatable content for recovering addicts and people who know people. Like, it's actually, I've met some rad people on that app.
Yeah.
You should.
We can't talk about that.
Talk about what?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'd like to see you guys.
Nothing signed.
Nothing. Hey.
Can you blur that out?
Yeah, no, we can edit it out. Okay, fine. The whole time we were just like.
Kind of been building up towards it.
I'm not allowed to. It's like only in February.
We'll talk about it
We'll talk about
Wait,
it.
let's say this.
off camera.
So something really big has come from
Oh wow.
from Truth Hurts, which we can't talk about until it actually happens and papers are signed. But they basically brought me here to talk about it, and I can't talk about it.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. You heard it here first.
Hey.
We didn't hear it
But
here.
you didn't hear anything.
Didn't hear it.
You didn't hear anything. We're here to talk about TikTok.
Okay.
TikTok.
So those are the things you're involved in now.
Yes.
I reckon we can actually wrap it up. So you can follow us at bleed_advertising on Instagram.
It's crazy.
What else do we have?
We've got Twitter
Mm-hmm.
at Bleed Advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've got YouTube.
They're starting a TikTok today.
Yes.
TikTok.
TikTok, bleed advertising.
I don't know what we'll do, but we'll do some dances.
No, you know what you'll do? I'll show you. I'll show them.
Okay, we'll get some.
Cool. If you want to email into the show, that's bleedadvertising@gmail.com. I don't know what you would ask us. What kind of things would people ask us? Hey.
But what if people want to come and share their
What?
experience?
Yeah,
you know?
that's
Cool.
we need
Yeah.
guests.
We can read your email out, you know.
Ask us, yeah, dude.
We've got a present.
Oh!